Test, 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 test. Hey guys, welcome to my cast of FPL. I'm just going to take a moment and get into the game. So a few big names in there. So very excited about casting this one. As always, I appreciate any feedback you have for me, if you have tuned in. Because I am looking at starting up casting, so it's something that is still very new. But I'm very excited about it, so always happy to take any feedback that it can be kind of given. So just loading into the game now. Okay, so the game is 10 minutes in. And if we kind of have a look around, it is 9-10. We have Dragon Knight, Weaver, Bristleback, Vengeful Spirit, and Slaughter on one team, with Necro, Timbersaw, Night Stalker, Silencer, and Visage on the other. Sorry, I had a little mind blank there. If we have a look through the teams, we have Come With Me and EGM on one team, along with potentially some other players fake nicking. On the other, we have Mind Control, Bignum, LeBron, 7 Mad, and Sexy Bambo. So if we have a look, Too Late Now is going in on Mind Control, uses the stun. Mind Control still does have the heal, so it should be okay, and it's just going to TP out now the stun is down. If we have a look around the map, it is only 11 minutes in, but it looks like Radiant has taken all of the outer towers, with the Dire only taking the bottom one tower. And we actually have the Dire sneaking a quick Roche in here, made very easy by the Medallion of Courage from Sexy Bambo. 7 Mad looks to be going for that Atos. Bignum's just scaring them all off with his chakra in there. LeBron wandering around on that Night Stalker looks like a semi-support Night Stalker. If we have a look through the kills, we have a level 9 Dragon Knight with 3 kills. Level 8 Bristleback EGM. Level 8 Necrophos. A couple of level 8s. And a level 7 Slaughter. If we have a look at the Slaughter's items, he has Treads and a Brace. It looks like he's going to be rushing that Ags. He's going in on Sexy Bambo. Should be an easy kill unless we see some impressive bird micro. But their Stormform was on cooldown, so Sexy Bambo is going to fall and add a little bit more gold to Come With Me's pockets there. Come With Me looks like he's just going to go back to farming and get that early blink. Very interesting draft. I caught the start of it while I was doing some testing, and I think it might be a random draft. I'm not too familiar with the way the random drafts look in terms of... Sorry, I'm just going to take a second and turn off. Apologies, guys. Just gonna go offline there. Save everybody some time. I'm seeing my friends inevitably go in and off, on and offline. So in the absence, I missed a kill on Slaughter by Timbersaw. So Slaughter, further and further away from that blink dagger, still about halfway there. And the importance of that hero really is getting that early blink. As soon as you kind of get that blink towards the 20 minutes, this is probably going to be where this is looking at. If there's any more setbacks, maybe 17, 18 if he farms efficiently from here on in. The effectiveness of the hero is much less than it would be. Slaughter as a hero relies a lot upon that amplified damage, getting those early levels and getting those early pickoffs with it, but as the game goes on, it doesn't scale as well as some of the other heroes. In saying that, if we have a look at the heroes on the Dire, there aren't a lot of heroes that scale particularly well. Bignum scales fairly well because of that pure damage from his spells. The support-ish Weaver there, 116, he looks like he's just going to make it out. Nope, the other end's going to get him by Bignum. Well done there. 7 Mad just racking up that int. 16 int so far. Should be hitting quite hard. Hasn't put any points into Curse in the Silent, which is I wouldn't say uncommon. He's instead going for that Max Glaives, Max Last Word. It makes it unlikely that he's going to go for the Aghanims, which, if you recall correctly, means that while the Aghanim goes on, and while the Aghanim silence goes on, and it does last a little longer, the Curse of the Silent is applied as well, which is particularly irritating if you are an opposing support, because you're silenced, and then when you're out of silence, you have very, very little mana. So if we have a look at the Bristleback, played by EGM, he's looking like a Vitality booster. So a couple of ways he can go in. He can either go for the Naked Heart, which is very unlikely at this point, or I'm going to say into Vanguard and then to Crimson Guard from there. But strength of Vanguard as an item, he did stop for an out of Shadows, which is a very, very useful item on Bristleback, because he gives that mana regen, which is very nice there. The hero likes to spam his spells, has a high int gain, 34 int there, but just wants a little bit of regen, mana regen to keep him pressing that W, which does a lot of damage once you stack them up like Will Spray. But kind of to go back to my point, I'll just have a look around the map to make sure I don't miss anything. No, everything's looking pretty good. Vanguard's one of those items where it, again, doesn't scale very well at all. The damage block being a major component of it, and as the heroes start to hit harder and harder, that damage block means less and less as time goes on. So we just got a little bit of split push happening in bottom lane by the Familiars here. Some pushing going on in mid from the Dire team. 7 Mad has got that ADOS up, in addition to the Aegis of the Immortal, so should be hitting quite hard, and should be able to stand very near the front, which is very nice for a silencer. He has Global up as well and is level 11, so probably not a fight that the Radiant want to take, especially because of the positioning here, but it looks like the Radiant is just going to lose Immortal Faith. It's daytime, so yeah, we're probably going to leave that one alone. Go back though and take the mid tower. Should be a pretty easy take there with the Aegis on silencer. Big Nom just clearing up a few creeps, got the Ghost Scepter and the Bottle. So it should be quite elusive and hard to kill. Weavers looks like, oh, they quickly picked off the Visage. Oh, and we've also seen a kill on the Vengeful Spirit. My apologies for missing that. Mad's lost the Aegis, but has taken down the Slardar with him. And this is a very interesting model for Reborn here. Mad looks like he's probably going to go down again, to be completely honest. Dragon Knight just standing there and delivering. Has a stun up again very soon, so we should actually be able to pick up a few heroes here. Yeah, he uses it on the Timber, and then the Breath brings him down. But might be brought down by Mind Control there with the ulti and the heal. Mind Control looks like he's going for that early Ags, which basically is the most frustrating item in the game. You get hit by that early Ags, and you're going to spend a long time thinking about what you've done to get to this point. If we have a look in top lane, we just have this Weaver farming. What's the Weaver going to go for? Going to go for a tanky build, double bracer into Medallion, Magic Wand, 1800 gold though, so I'd imagine we're going to see a damage item come out very, very soon. Come With Me has the Blink Dagger. Come With Me picked out the Blink Dagger. If we have a look here, oh, we've got some flame going on. I saw this in the last game. Come With Me is a very interesting individual, very good Dota player, but seems to either be trolling or being trolled at all times that I see him. So now Slaughter has the Blink Dagger. They should be looking to pick off a few fights and accumulate some gold for him. The hero doesn't farm well. He's a very, very slow farmer, even with a Midas. Which, to be honest, is not the best item on him either, because it really slows down the Blink Dagger, which is really the core of the hero. Sexy Bambo just coming in and taking a little bit of speed, wandering around. This is a weird looking Dragon Knight. Keep kind of looking like it almost looks a little bit like PA if you're going to build it down to the model, because PA has one of the smallest models in Dota. If we have a look at the Night Stalker, is about halfway to an Ags there. Ags giving him that global nighttime vision, or feels like global nighttime vision, much, much extended and unimpeded by trees. So you pair that with a nice gem and some familiar birds, and there's suddenly no wards on the map, and you can't be ganked at nighttime. So he's just farming away on his way to that. Bottom, we have a little bit of an implication here, or a fight. Sexy Bambo goes down. Birds probably could have been microed a little better, considering Stoneform was up, but he does. I think he would have fallen nonetheless. Bignum getting out with the Timber Chain there. So we're at 16-17. If we have a look at the gold per bit here, 468, so the Necro is actually the lead farmer. And let's go into net worth. Highest gold per minute, but not highest on the net worth. That belongs to the Dragonite with 9k. So he's gonna. It looks like he's gonna go Black Ink Bar, Shadow Amulet, probably with the Sange into the Silver Edge, which would be very, very good against the Timbersaw, the Visage to some extent with that Gravekeeper's Clog. But also it just allows him to sneak up on opponents and stun them and initiate for his team. You pair that with the Slider Blink and you have quite an aggressive stunning lineup, which is very, very tanky. Both of these being pretty tanky strength heroes. BKB as well really means you can just stand in the middle of the fight, and BKBing after silence means that you will be able to cast your spells. Looks like we've just got a little bit of posturing in mid. EGM is indeed going for that Crimson Guard, so it's nearly there. Unless there's something on the courier. Nope. EGM going for that Crimson Guard. If we have a look into the item progression, so we have Black Ink Bar gonna go towards, unless he goes back for the Glimmer Cape. Oh, very early silence there. We've got a quick kill on the Weaver. Oh, if they can get that kill on the Weaver, that'll be worthwhile. He's probably going to time-lapse back in. We have a couple of fights going on. Dragonite standing in the middle with that BKB popped. Oh, big stun by the Come With Me. He's probably going to fall, though. Very, very flimsy hero at this point. And the Blink Dagger on the Necro. Blink Dagger Dagon. Very interesting items. Really made for that pick-off. Something that I hadn't remarked upon as yet. And we have the Dragonite. Should be fine. He's a very tanky. Oh, he's actually slowly going to be ran down with the help of the slows from Sexy Bambo and the Chakra from Bignum. So, 17-21. I can't help but think that as this game goes longer and longer and we see some big items come out on some of the dire heroes. So, maybe an Aghanims or a Hex on the Silencer, an Aghanims on the Night Stalker, an Aghanims on the Timbersaw. Maybe an Aghanims, yep, on the Necrophos, and Aghanims on the Visage. So once we start to see those 5 Aghanims from the Dire, I don't know how much longer the Radiant is going to be able to stay in this game. We have a couple of, you know, there are a few glimmers of hope. Drums, Arcane Boots, and Medallion of Courage. He's really playing this as a utility, I guess, Weaver. I think he would really need to transition into some damage items, though. I was hoping he was going to maybe go for that early Deso, because this is the reason why. A Glimmer Cape would be a great item on the Radiant, though. Glimmer Cape all but negates the damage from Necro's ulti, and because of the time that it takes to cast that, or I guess the action time and it takes for the ulti to come down, it can be very useful. So Bignum just continuing to farm up, has the mech. So Mech and Ghost Scepter, very tanky Timbersaw, but he is going to need to pick up something in the kind of a damage utility, because to kind of have a look over the Radiant team, they're really lacking in damage. I mean, we've got the Blink. He looks like Come With Me is either going to go for the Armlet or the Maelstrom, but it's very, very late. It's going to be 27, 28 minutes before he gets a real damaged item. If we have a look, Vengeful Spirit, that poor support life, got 2 braces and a smoke. Oh, he's going back for the Midas. Yeah, so they do want to play it a little later. It's an interesting item choice, the Midas. So he's obviously planning on prolonging the game, getting some big items. And there isn't a very hard carry on the Dire. I'd say the hardest carry probably being that Silencer. Silencer in the late game, when he's got a lot of int stacks, can be very hard to deal with. But, moment. Alright, so Necro has done a quick pick off on the Vengeful Spirit in the bottom lane. That blinking Necro, very, very annoying. Blink Necro with the heal, the Dagon. Not much you can do about it as a poor, lonely Vengeful Spirit. All you can do is feed. If we have a look, Mind Control is continuing to farm up. Stacks there, Bignum. He's got his Guardian Greaves for the team. I'm thinking he's probably going to go back for an Ags. Ags being one of the best items in my opinion on Timbersaw. We've got a little bit more flaming. Looks like we had a kill from Slaughter on the Night Stalker. So we got Roche up on the Silencer. 7 mad. So it looks like the Silencer is going for either an AC or more likely a Shiva's Guard. Shiva's Guard, in addition to that Rod of Atos, really giving a lot of slow. That's really all the Silencer needs, and that's why another reason why Hex is so common on the hero. All he needs is the hero to be locked in place, and with those big right clicks, which actually are pure damage, the Glaives of Wisdom, based on the intelligence. He's got 26 in, which is a very good amount too. Oh, if he was into range on that Rod of Atos, we could have just seen a very dead Bristleback, even with the innate tankiness that this hero has. So, what is going on here? So it looks like we have the Crimson Guard on the Courier, or in the base actually, and then an Overclub, so probably going for that BKB next. Come With Me looks like he's also going for that BKB, and farming a little better. He's still 5th on the farm charts, and this hero does need to be in front or comparable. Does a lot with the items that he has, but farms them very slowly. He might actually quick blink away, so he might be getting a quick death here. Whoa, Dota slow. Whoa, Dota slow indeed. So, Night Stalker has the Ags, and if you have a look at the map here, look at the very vision this gives. So he's now able to see, and if he gets that quick silence on the Weaver, a gem is always a very good item on Ags Night Stalker, because he can see you a lot further than you can see him, and there's very little you can do about it. We got the silence over onto the Weaver, and he's gonna fall. Weaver's gonna fall. So we have Ags. We have the Ags on the silencer. We have Weaver down for a long time. We might be about to see a push here. So we actually do have the Ags on the Visage as well. Bignum getting stunned and ran off from the Dragonite. Dragonite is still up there in the net worth. What do we got on the Courier for him? He really does need that Silver Edge or a good damage item to be as useful as he needs to be. Quick stun on Bignum. Probably not going to get him unless we have the Venge get into range. Oh, Night Stalker just goes in. A little silence, a little mini stun there. Venge is probably going to fall. Poor Venge. Gets the stun off before she dies, but does indeed die. Bignum manages to get taken down by the Dragonite. Dragonite BKBs and TPs out with no way to stop that on the Dire team. I don't think they have. The only thing that goes through BKB is the Necro stun. And the Silencer ulti, but that won't break a TP. So, Sexy Bambo. I wonder what item he's going to go for next. 1,500 gold up on him. I'm probably something, maybe something like a Ghost Scepter to protect him from the Weaver and the Slaughter. Maybe something a little more team-oriented for his team there. And we have Night Stalker just climbing away in mid. Got 1 level up in that silence. Soon we'll be able to level it up and make his life, or the Weaver's life, even more annoying. Because like a 7-second silence or 8-second silence on that Weaver is a very dead Weaver. Got a few things going on. Looks like they're going in on mid. Sexy Bambo takes some speed, runs off. EGM getting whittled down by those birds. 7 mads coming in, so we're probably going to see a few dead heroes here. He hits quite hard. Oh, EGM making it out. DK getting stunned, hitting that BKB. So, if we have a look, we've lost the DK, we've lost the Venge. Definitely, probably, I'm going to say we're going to start to lose some tier 3 towers in here. Looks like I have, why don't you use Goldmine? Kind of nice income for streamers. I think I got some spam in my chat. 1 viewer, it looks like. So we're pushing up ledge here. We're on high ground for the Radiant team. And I don't think there's much we're going at high ground for the Dire team. Come With Me blinks in, BKBs and stuns, but then has to leave. A little pointless. We're probably now going to lose at least the Venge, if not the DK. Additionally, yeah, Venge is going to go down. EGM is going to have to back up. It's going to also die. Looks like this game is coming to a close, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to a close with the Dire just dominating it. Radiant missing their timings. You really don't want your Slaughter to have to go for that backwards 20-minute Midas. He's going to do a last stand here, but he's going to fall. DK can only do so much. Slowly going to die himself. Weaver, unless he's got the cleanup crew of the year, is also going to die. Weaver buying back, time-lapsing back in there, and then running for his life. Again, has no damage items. You know, a nice utility item build on this Weaver with the Medallion of Courage and the drums, because he wasn't able to get the farming that he needs. But we got the GG dub piece coming out from the Radiant. Dominating performance by the Dire. We have a look. 12-4 Necro. Highest net worth on the team. And in the game, we've got a couple with 3 top net worths. Alright, Timbersaw, our Necro, and our Silencer. All very strong heroes through the mid to late game. Silencer could just buy. Silencer could just buy a Shivas at the moment if he wanted to, but the game is not going to last long enough for him to do so anyway. One last stand here by Come With Me after the GG has been called. Silence used. EGM's going to fall. Come With Me. Going to fall. Just doesn't have the damage. Getting the big question mark from LeBron Dota there. Lots of smack talk between those two. And there we go. Game's come to a close. Give me just a second, we'll wait for the next game to come up and go from there. Hey guys, welcome back to the broadcast. Apparently that showed on everybody's speakers. My speaker testing now, so my apologies on that. So if we have a look around, hey guys, welcome back to the broadcast. Have a look here. We have the Lustrak, the Shadow Fiend, and the Wisp all picked up already. So it looks like we're having another random draft game. So Tusk, Clinks, and Earthshaker banned out, Slider, Broodmother, and Dazzle banned out on the other team. Banning out the Slider after the last game, I don't know if it was entirely necessary. This would have been the pony that I banned out, the most annoying hero in the patch at the moment. So, Leshrak, Rubik come in on the diet. If I introduce the teams, we have Mind Control, Ingnum, LeBron, Dota, Cats, and 7 Mad on the Radiant. And Armin and Bignum come with me, Yola, Warrior, and Immortal Faith on the Dire. Come with me and LeBron, Dota having one of the significant kind of battles, or smack talk battles through the FPL games that I've casted so far today. So we have a look through here. Leshrak, Rubik, and Viper, Shadow Fiend, and Io. Viper being a very, very annoying hero for the Shadow Fiend at level 6. If you can manage to limit his farm in the early game. So I would imagine this is going to be either the Viper or the Leshrak mid versus the Shadow Fiend, and probably the IO. But it could go either way. My question here is, who's going to go with the IO? What are we going to see with the IO +1? Not a lot of IO kind of carries. Maybe the Troll. I've seen Lifestealer IO back in the day, but Lifestealer not being one of the better heroes at the moment, to be completely honest. Batrider picked up. That's another hero I haven't seen in a long, long time. Bat hero used to be all the rage, but in the last little while hasn't really been picked up too much. Too many nerfs by the Frog. Not that strong of a hero. And the Ogamachi. Ogamachi's always kind of had a spot. Lots of stuns, going to be very good in locking down a quite squishy Lestrak, with Axe and Skywrath picked up very, very quickly on the Radiant. So it'll be very, very interesting to see where this Axe goes. What are we going to do with the Axe? Axe can be very disruptive to an IO TP in. Still waiting on the hard carry, so is it going to be Medusa, Spectre, Morphling, Alchemist? Maybe a Nyx? A lot of different options, none of which are the stereotypical ones that we do see when a Wisp is in the game. But, have a look through here. It's going to be, I feel like it's going to be an Alchemist. It's going to go with that super, super greedy build. That super greedy pick of the Alchemist safe lane carry. Haven't seen that in a few patches now. I always used to enjoy playing that hero. Medusa. Not quite as greedy, but does need a lot of time. Gonna be good versus a lot of the heroes on here, barring the Axe. Axe being able to cull through that mana shield regardless. So if we have a look at what the lanes are going to be, it's probably going to be that Medusa Ogamachi bottom, the Shadow Fiend Io in the middle lane, and the Batrider soloing top for the Dire. Sorry, for the Radiant. And if we have a look on the other team, we're going to have that Leshrak in middle being a very annoying pain. The Viper maybe in the top lane. And then we could do anything on this team here. We could have LeBron, Mad, and Skywrath aggressively tri-laning. They have a much, much stronger aggro try if that's the direction they want to go in. With the Axe alone, in addition to the slow from the Skywrath and the hold from the Rubik. Rubik being the weakest of the three in that try lane, but still a very strong hero. We've got to pause while we load into the game. Going to move it off directed camera. And if we have a look around, so as we all load on in. Mind Control LeBron. It's an interesting looking axe, the sickly kind of Reaper's scythe, yeah. Okay. Nice box being drawn on the map. So we're just waiting on a few heroes from the Radiant to load into the game. Oh, that Shadow Fiend. I don't remember what the other hero was, to be completely honest. So, Shadow Fiend Wisp is very, very strong through that mid game when you get those level 3 and raises on each hero. So you get that level 4 and raises. You kind of level 8 into level 9. Nice Invis rune in particular with that ulti. It's very, very strong. But if not, just a sudden Shadow Fiend and Wisp balls. Yeah, it was the Ogre Magi was the support hero that I had forgotten. My apologies. So, should be seeing an unpause very, very soon. In the meantime, let's have a chat about what we think is going to happen on here. So, I would have to say that the Radiant's going to be aiming for that late game with the Medusa. Medusa, Shadow Fiend scaling very well. IO scaling very, very well. Really being one of the better skills in the game. If we have a look. This is more of a mid-game centric lineup, that early to mid where they kill your heroes, they push down. Looks like we are going to have a Viper in mid. Got that ward, 2 pool tangos, a Wraith Band, lots of stats on the Viper. Should be able to... The intention being to really take away the CS from the Shadow Fiend to start with. If you can take that CS, and it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world because of the IO there for constant sustain. IO is rushing that bottle. But if you take away the CS from the Shadow Fiend early so he doesn't get those souls up, and as such isn't able to get all of that damage from Necromastery, you can actually bully him quite hard in lane. The question remains as to whether we're going to see LeBron stay in mid or more likely head to top to play with that solo. Yeah, you could definitely leave him mid. Leshrac can very easily take care of that solo Batrider who went up top, warded that top camp by the looks of things, disappeared back bottom. 7 Mad standing by the ruin. This isn't really a battle you want to take with an Axe. Axe being a very, very annoying hero in the early game. Oh, we're going to see a very dead come with me, I think. Not quite the range to get in for that call. Maybe not even the damage to kill him. Come with me being able to Firefly away or turn around and sticky napalm. That sticky napalm, very, very hard to chase into. So, if we have a look around the map, IO is sitting on the dire side of the map. He gets hit a time or two by the Rubik on his way through. Disappears back. He's max tether. I don't know why entirely he's sitting here, to be completely honest. But if we have a look at the early last hits and denies, 2 quick denies by the Viper. Very annoying for the Shadow Fiend, who really wants to get that damage up, and as you can kind of see, we're starting to see a little bit of poison touch. I don't know as to the validity of that play. It seems like we just had an IO sitting there, not doing very much for a while. I guess he was letting the Shadow Fiend get those early levels. And then being there if there comes an opportunity to go in for the tether. So Shadow Fiend using quick raise to get a CS there. If we have a look, he's coming back in terms of the CS. It's very even in the mid lane at the current time, which isn't the way that Viper wants to play this game. He's, I would imagine, going to go for that really early boots and kind of camp his way onto the Radiant side of the river. Really make it very hard for that Shadow Fiend to get near the creep. So with the IO, I don't know if he's going to it's going to be entirely possible. Shadow Fiend IO probably ending up a stronger lane than the solo Viper at the early levels. As much as it's going to be very hard for them to kill the Viper, it's also going to be correspondingly very hard. So we have 7 Mad and Skywrath Mage wrecking bottom lane. Here, come with me, having to disappear into the trees and Firefly. Solo Batrider on bottom. It looks like we have Medusa on top lane. Bit of a line switch. Ogre's going to get cliffed. Very sad Ogre. Very happy Rubik. And then there we go. That TP being sent out. It's going to be a long walk. I guess it is going to be a long time of Medusa getting solo experience. He's just going to get going on here and harassed by mind control with that lightning into Split Earth. Where it looks like we're going to see a little bit of pulling from the Rubik. Pull the hard camp into the creep, and I have missed first blood. Batrider goes down. And the Skywrath push the lane into, well, use the axe to pull the creeps, push the lane into the tower, kill him while he is in tower range. So 7 Mad wandering around there. Cats roaming a little bit, grabbing that bounty rune. Probably gonna go. I always been stacking up the jungle here. Makes it very easy for the Shadow Fiend. It's a bonus that I haven't spoken about lately or as yet. Shadow Fiend with stacks is very, very strong. IO doesn't want to be leeching experience anyway, so usually ends up doing quite a bit of stacking for whoever the mid hero is, and Shadow Fiend can take more advantage of that than most. Come with me, just CSing onto the tower here. Probably going to be going on very soon. Oh, the Wisp has come in. Come with me, still can't really stand and fight this Axe. This is the problem with Axe at the early levels. You get a couple of levels in that Battle Hunger, and you have a very dead Come with me. He's going to die to the Battle Hunger. He's going to put it up again in just a second. Oh, use your pot. No. Dead Axe, and now a dead Skywrath Mage. What a good turnaround from that Wisp. I would have put money on that Bat Rider dying, just not quite ticking out. I think the Firefly killing a creep at the last moment, removing that Battle Hunger, and then the healing from the Wisp being enough. I think that the Axe really could have potted in order to survive there, but maybe he consciously decided it wasn't quite worth it and taking that risk, or Big Num going for the top rune, going to take up that DD there. We have, how do we go on there? So, lots of denies, or a few more denies on the Viper, but the Shadow Fiend winning the CS count, still not a bad amount of CS. We've got an additional 40 damage, so this is the stage where you can't really go too much toe-to-toe with the Shadow Fiend in terms of right clicks. Very annoying hero to do that. Then we have Mind Control, just continuing to hit those creeps in top lane, with Axe hitting quite a few in bottom. Looks like we're going to go on this Wisp in bottom. Wisp is probably going to fall here. You know, a nice tether away, but it's not going to do it. So if we have a look around here. Bottom lane. Bottom lane, we've got the Axe, Battle Hunger, Counter Helix. He looks like he's going to go on the Bat Rider. The turn rate with Axe is very, very annoying. He doesn't have a call. He doesn't have call. He's been instead choosing to max that Battle Hunger. Come with me with the backup of the Wisp. Is very unlikely to die here. Might also be picking up the Rubik. Come with me running rampant on that bottom lane. Oh, quick TP in by the Leshrac, and an easy split earth kill there. Very well done. Leshrac being very active from that safe lane carry role. Gets himself a double for his trouble, so he's already gotten himself an Arcane Boots and Null Talisman, and now 930 gold at 5 minutes in. So we have a look at net worth. I'm expecting him to be quite a bit, yeah, at the top there. Still got some nice stacks for the Shadow Fiend there, and he's just making another one right now. So he should accelerate his farm very, very quickly. Looks like he's going to go for the Aquila, and then I would imagine probably going to finish off those treads and then go into either a Yules or more likely a Sanji Yasha. Yules falling out of favor a bit with Shadow Fiends of late. So we go back to the top lane. Medusa's farming away. Somewhat unimpeded here, but very low on the farm. I think, you know, it all looks good for the Medusa now, but I think there were times where having that Leshrac in lane certainly didn't help. 0-0-0 and 22 for 7 in the terms of the last hits. But if we go back to having a look here, we have the IO, we have the Ogre Magi, and we have Come With Me. Looks like they're going to go on Come With Me, but they don't realize that there is a gank waiting to happen. We're going to go on the Skywrath Mage, who should fall. Leshrac doing a lot of damage with that ulti turned on. Probably going to kill Come With Me as he gets dragged off. Come With Me will fall. Now, Mind Control. Couldn't quite, maybe could have gotten into range for that Lightning Storm. I saw a little bit of stutter stepping. If he can go on the Wisp, not the hero, very tanky hero, still going to get the kill with that ulti turned on, and then going to pick up the Wisp. That Ghost Pony, son! That Ghost Pony doing a lot of damage. Very, very annoying hero. Going to be well on his way to that Bloodstone as well. 500 gold ahead of even the Shadow Fiend, who's been now doing very, very well in mid. 48 for 10 there. Going for that Treads. Nearly has it, in addition to the bottle and the Aquila. 7 minutes in. Axe. Looks like he's dropped his Tranquil Boots to kill creeps. Level 6, but doesn't have Culling Blade. Not sure if a missed skill or a conscious effort. Interesting build though, nonetheless. Shadow Fiend running rampant on mid. Nice 3-man stun from the Rubik with a toss back, but it's not going to save him. We're going to start seeing the stacks. And that is going to be a very dead Rubik very soon. So, back to Medusa, who's got the treads up and probably will be going for the Aquila herself in the top lane. Got a Quelling Blade. Quelling Blade being very useful on Radiant heroes in particular. Preemptively potting there. Not going to get quite the full value of the pot, but obviously doesn't want to be on low health. With so many heroes off the map for the Radiant. Quelling Blade being very useful, because you can chop down this tree, these guys here, and then a few of these guys, and you can actually attack all 3 of these camps at once, or certainly 2. It's also very good on Gyro. So, Shadow Fiend, looks like he's taking these stacks. We have him on the courier, nothing for Shadow Fiend. He's got another hard camp stack, he looks like he's going to snack it one more time. Axe has died again, 0, 4, and 3 after having a pretty strong, dominating bottom lane. Just went a little too aggressive in some instances, died a few times, and now it becomes challenging for an Axe. He really needs to have that Blink Dagger very soon, but also can't afford really to be off the map and granting the Dire team the safety that being off the map gives. And we've got to pause, so I will be right back. And we've jumped back into the game here. The game's been unpaused, all the heroes are back in. So Leshrac going for that early blood, just soaking up some more CS there. 46 to 10, so not the highest creep kills, but with that 5, 0, and 1, doesn't matter. Still the highest net worth hero in the game. We've jumped. So come with me, farming bottom very close to that Blink Dagger. We're going to look at having it about 10 and a half minutes. We'll be able to start appearing from nowhere, dragging heroes to their doom. Ingnum probably going to go for that mech, but 0, 1, and 1 with 40 for 8. Third in net worth, but significantly behind the Shadow Fiend. The Shadow Fiend having the benefit of an IO and some stacks. Looks like we got some action on top. Bignum with that haste rune just mopping up a quick Rubik kill. Maybe a fucking mad kill too. And they kill each other. Axe ulting the Shadow Fiend, but then getting killed by the residual Requiem of Souls. So Iron Man still trying to farm away on top, 002, but only 5th in terms of the net worth. Only 3,000 gold. Not really where you want your hard carry to be. Farm needs to be accelerated somehow, and it'll be interesting to see what items he goes for. This is almost a game where I think you would go for the Midas. You would go for the Midas. Maybe the Midas on the Shadow Fiend as well, who has gone for the mech. If you feel like you can last long enough to let those Midases pay for each other, for themselves. But it does need a farming item of some description or something to accelerate the gold. So Maelstrom also would be a good option. Maelstrom or Midas would be my suggestion. So we have Skywrath Mage and Rubik jungling away here. Rubik's got ulti now. 7 mad, 1250 gold, so still quite far from that Blink Dagger if you compare it to the Bat Rider with that naked blink. Waiting for someone to appear in mid, probably going to grab this Viper and kidnap him, drag him back to his side of the river, and it's a dead Viper. Even got the Wisp TP in with the Medusa. So, looks like Medusa spent a little bit of gold. The treads. And got the Aquila. Just needs to reuse the courier. Looks like we're going to have a push going on top. Still no levels in Edict by Leshrac, but doesn't really need it at the current time. Helps the pushing, but no one really wants to tangle with this Leshrac, so they'll probably let this tower fall. Come with me, asking for a little mercy there. He's going to lay down the flame trail, kill some of the creeps, throw down a few sticky napalm stacks, just delay this push where the Dire's going to go back into farming. So Rubik wandering around, Skywrath doing the same, Axe dropping his Tranquils, getting close to that Blink Dagger, so only 500 gold away. We're in bottom. Bignum duking it out with the Dire heroes. He's going to be able to kill that Leshrac. Leshrac's going to go down. Bignum's also going to go down to the Viper. So a 1-for-1 highest net worth kind of trades there. And it looks like the Shadow Fiend is jumping ahead with that mech. And either as part of a Sanji or of... Yep, Sanj. Or of a BKB would have been the other option. So looks like we're going to see an SNY or potentially a Silver Edge on the Shadow Fiend, more likely the SNY. We got a round the back gank. Should be a quick Wisp death here. Yeah, Wisp is going to fall. And then we're also going to lose the Ogre Magi. Nice gank, nice smoke gank from the two supports there. In addition to the Viper just being able to stand on the front lines. He's getting close to his mech too, so going to start to add some value in those team fights. He didn't have the best time mid, but against the Shadow Fiend he also didn't have a particularly bad time. It was kind of it was a trade-off in that. So, if we have a look, Viper is continuing to farm, got that mech. LeBron, stolen, ignite, not the best skill for him to have. Wisp gonna solo TP in, and it looks like feed. Yeah, feed. Gets the axe, so worth, maybe. But the solo TP in as the Wisp is always gonna, well, very commonly going to result in a Wisp death. Leshrac's got a level in Edict now as he's hit level 10, so should be able to quickly take down this top tower and get some more gold for his team. Medusa looks like he's going to rush Skadi, so it's going to be a slow build for the Skadi. The stats are very nice. Doesn't have a level in ulti yet, which is interesting. Instead going for a level of split shot, maxing Snake and Mana Shield, so to give that tankiness, and Snake is a very useful skill. Oh, we got a Blink Dagger Leshrac. Looks like we're going to have a kill. Certainly takes the Medusa by surprise, hits it with that Split Earth. Thought we were going to see a quick Bloodstone, but instead we got the Blink Dagger, which is paying dividends, and certainly that kill makes quick work of the Medusa. Mana Shield and all. So Shadow Fiend has now the Sanji. Interested to see whether it's going to be the Silver Edge or the Yasha. Come with me. Bottom lane going for that 4 staff, about 400 gold away. Leshrac. Leshrac running on bottom, so we probably are about to see a dead Viper. Come with me. I'm deciding to be a little careful, but not necessarily. Ooh, got a TP in. We're going to see a dead Viper from the Shadow Fiend, but are we also going to see a dead Shadow Fiend or a Wisp? No, they're backing up. Shadow Fiend staying in the front line, very, very tanky with 1300 health at this point, in addition to 19 armor. Very tanky hero. Mind Control doing a quick blink in to see if there's any stragglers that he can take down. Not finding any. So, Batrider's ulti's down. But they could still be looking for a fight here. Batrider's going to fall. Gets caught a little out of position and is not going to survive. Oh, we had a stolen Requiem of Souls doing a lot of damage to that Batrider there by the Rubik. So nice steal from the Rubik. And Axe has found himself just a nice double stack there, so he'll certainly mop that up. Gonna want to get up a Blade Mail or a tanky item in the next little while, as he's, 1043 health for the frontliner, not the most. Skywrath has an early Glimmer Cape, 16-minute Glimmer Cape on the Skywrath. Looks like Rubik's probably going to go for a very late 4-star. Seems to be buying the majority of the wards. Shadow Fiend, 2,000 gold now. Interested to see what he goes for. I think he might be going for that Shadow Blade, or he probably would have bought at least the components of the Yasha. I guess we will see very soon. We got some question marks in chat. Shadow Fiend just continuing to farm very well. 3,000 gold above the Leshrac. At this point in time, Leshrac going for quick blink dagger, so it'll be very useful in fights and taking advantage of that surprise, that slow from the lightning, and really having the positioning to kill heroes very quickly and to guarantee landing that split earth. Iron Man on the Medusa with that point booster, nearly his way to an ultimate orb, but he's gonna kind of be in a scenario in about 5 minutes time where yes, he'll have the Skadi, but it'll be, you know, 24, 25 minutes he'll have a naked Skadi and really won't be able to do that much. Won't hit very hard. Will be hard to kill and tanky, but won't be doing a lot of damage. Which is where we're going to see the Silver Edge from the Shadow Fiend come in, I think. Nice boost to his damage there, and he's nearly there actually with the Shadow Blade and the Sanji. Or the Sanj. Sanji will be very nice versus that Axe and the Viper passive actually. So we'll be able to disable both of their passives to stop the spin and the corrosive skin from the Viper. Have a look at the Rubik. Axe with the blink dagger. What's he got on the crew? He spent some gold here. Looks like he's going to go for the Force Staff. Or potentially the Aghanim. It's more likely the Force Staff though. So a quick smoke gank doesn't... Sorry. Apologies for that, guys, for the interruption. Just got a quick call there. So, if we have a look at Come With Me and Mind Control, duking it out in the bottom lane. Come With Me, getting a quick 4-star. Has the 4-star up, which is very nice. Bignum getting called to death there. Hasn't picked up the Shadow Blade and put that on himself. It looks like it was on the courier with the Silver Edge recipe as well. That was picked off before he could get it. Look here, LeBron, Ingham, Mind Control, Mad. Looks like we're going to go for the quick Roche. LeBron, so you'd say the Roche is going to go on Mind Control here, who does basically have that Bloodstone and a couple of 100 gold. Which is the recipe, 900. So 400 gold, this will nearly get him to the Bloodstone. Put that on him with the Blink Dagger. Very tanky, very annoying, very spammy Leshrac. Come With Me just being annoying, dropping down his flames, dropping down the sticky napalm. He doesn't have the mana to really do too much else though, but the napalm in itself is doing a lot of damage. Batrider actually getting the Aegis of the Immortal. What a play! What a play from Come With Me. Skirting around the pig, snags the Aegis of the Immortal. Goes from there. So, pretty convincing victory for the Radiant there. All that time spent trying to kill Roche, but with just the mobility and the vision the Batrider gives you in addition to those sticky napalm stacks. Not too much they could do. Very, very good snag. And Come With Me though, to pick up that Aegis and then instantly respawn. Roshan must have died milliseconds before Come With Me did, giving him just enough time to pick up the Aegis. Have a look around.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So with sieging bottom tower and mid tower, Bignum's going to quickly pick up that mid tower. Has a Silver Edge up, so next we should either see a BKB or if he's feeling particularly aggressive, a large DPS item. But if we have a look through here, lots of things going on. So, mind control. Spoken a lot about mind control. Fallen to 4th on the net worth chart. 5, 2, and 7 was 5, 0, and 1 if I recall correctly. So picked up a few deaths. Hasn't been able to farm the way he wants to farm. Are they going to get a come with me here? Yes. No. Cancelled the call. Probably would have got axed. Probably would have got the Batrider in that if he hadn't have cancelled. But for whatever reason, choosing not to do it. Rubik nearly having that 4 stuff. About 800 gold. Just getting a nice TP sent out to the Viper. Viper has that mech now. He's going to go for the Yasha into Manta or Sanji Yasha potentially as well. Gives some tank ability. We've got a big smoke gank going on from the Dire team. Or 4 of them certainly. Looks like we're going to go for the loop around. Maybe on the Ancient stack where the Radiant is currently farming. Just really waiting for someone to show themselves on the map. Who are we going to beat? Using this Viper. 2,800 gold on that Shadowfin already. Fast farming by SF. And we have a Glimmer Cape on the Ogre Magi as well. So he's probably going to go into the Ags next. Oh, very well done by the Batrider. They come with me doing the quick blink away. Probably only had about yay time to react because that concussive shot came out of nowhere essentially from the smoke gank into the bushes there. But it feels like the Radiant is maybe going to prolong it long enough. This is not the build I expected. This is very far from the build I expected. In fact, Bloodstone into Hyperstone. I don't know what to make of this at all. Am I seeing some new meta stuff? I mean, we don't see Medusa very much in the metagame as it is, not being the strongest hero, but that's a very interesting build. Yeah, going to go into the AC from here, so really doing that aura carrier tankability aspect of Medusa. Very tanky hero with mana and stats. And Bloodstone doesn't give stats, but gives a lot of health and mana, which is almost the same. Because as you'll know, Mana Shield gives 2.5 damage per mana, so a lot of effective HP.
Dire's top tower is under attack.